Alright gamers, I guess the idea here is to create a base FCS mod using NCAA 14, basically the default dump of the game files after you have hand and multi-man on. This is not college football revamped. A big thanks to those guys creating all the tools and doing tons of research that have got us way down the road as far as editing this game and making it better or different or whatever it is you're after. We can do a lot with the game now, and it's hats off to College Football Revamped. Their work is unbelievable, and without them this wouldn't be possible. But as a gamer, I like the FCS. I've always liked the team builder add-ons, but using the hex editor is becoming extremely aggravating. It's a long process to do anything, to set up a playoff or do anything. So basically what we're doing here is just replacing the 126 teams on the default game with 126 FBS teams. And I've broken those down into conferences, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit, but wanted to run through the logos so you see what teams are in them, going to be in the mod. And this is a community-based mod. Want a lot of guys involved in making the files for this. We have a bunch of fields and uniforms already, but the more people that are involved, I think that the work will be better and it'll be more enjoyable, and we can get it done a lot quicker and have a base FCS mod to work with, something we can use with the Dynasty tool and the EADB editor without having to use a hex editor. That's the whole objective, is to get rid of the hex editor out of our playoffs and our file editing. So let's take a quick run through the logos. You can see that all the logos have been added to it. All the colors have been added. Basically created a roster file and everything for that. So let me run through the logos real fast here and have a look-see at where we're starting. Alright, so that's a quick look at all 126 teams that are in this version of the mod. Like I said, did a little conference realignment. Now there's 11 FBS conferences and 14 FCS conferences. So we had to take 11 and then put 3 separate conferences in with other conferences, creating a division within the conference basically. Now I don't have a file started, and I haven't got to the conference logo changes yet, but we'll get to that. If you look at custom conferences, you'll see that we paired things up. Big 12, obviously, or Big 10, I'm sorry. I had to grab my notes. Okay, so the ACC is basically 13 teams of the Big Sky. So we have changed that out, but that'll be broke down that way. The American is the Big South. That's 9 teams out of the Big South. The Big 12 is the Ivy League, 8 teams from the Ivy League. The Big 10 is CAA, 12 teams from the CAA. Conference USA this is one of those conferences where you have 2 conferences in one. You have to change the name East and West. Once we have the primary changed at the top and the logo changed, you'll be able to change it. That's AQ7 and Southland conferences from the FCS and the CUSA. Independence. The Independence is the SoCon FCS conference. And like I say, hopefully we'll get to change the logos and the names, so they're correctly done. You move over to the MAC, and the MAC is the Missouri Valley Conference with 11 teams, as you can see. The Mountain West is the Pioneer Conference, no divisions. Pac-12 is what I like to call the SWAC 12. 12 teams for the 2021 season coming up in the Pac-12, which is now the SWAC 12. SEC, that's another one of those conferences where we had to combine NEC and MEAC, 2 conferences, and you can split those up. I guess the NEC is on the left, that would be East, and the MEAC is on the right, and you can name those any way you want, I guess. And then finally the Sun Belt Conference, that again is 2 conferences combined into one conference here. Division A being the Ohio Valley Conference, and Division B being the Patriot Conference from the FCS. So that gets all 14 of the FCS conferences into an 11 conference setup. And we're going to try to change the logos and the names to represent what they're supposed to be. So that is basically the setup. Like I said, I want this to kind of be a community deal where everybody can have a little something involved in this, and probably do a video once every week or so to update who's put what in and what that is, and have some screenshots and some stuff to show the handiwork of the community and the fields and the uniforms, helmets, and stadium assets and so forth. We're going to focus on fields and uniforms, uniforms, and helmets obviously right now. Let's get the base mod built, and then we can kind of branch off into doing stadium assets and take it from there. I was thinking about using generic stadiums for the time being. That way you have a generic stadium with the actual field that you've created and the team that you've created. So, but that's the objective. You can reach me on the Discord, Skullman on the Discord. I'm going to have a couple links in the description of this video. One with a list of the teams, the original teams with their converted teams, and I'm working on a list of what uniforms and things like that per team that we need to create. So like I say, some have been created. We have a bunch of fields already created. So, and there's about 4 or 5 of us working on this currently. And so hopefully this will come together pretty quick, and we can have us a base FCS mod, and then maybe take it, a step further, do some other things. But I'd like to get the base mod done first, so we have something to work with. So anyway, you can contact me through the Discord. You see basically where I'm at so far, where we've come. So once again, thanks to College Football Revamped. Without the tools, their knowledge, and watching them do what they've done with the BCS, this wouldn't be possible. All of us have learned a ton from you guys, and we appreciate that. So Anyway, hopefully this will work out and the community can all have a hand in it, and we'll have something extra, just a basic mod to play for fun. So have a great day.